my name is Adekola Al Williams. I'm a 19-year-old purple belt and I train under Project Grapple. Project Grapple is a social project that's in Miami. It was founded by Ryan Jardine, and it's a program where a bunch of kids from a rough neighborhood in Liberty City get together and they get a chance to train jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Ryan always wanted to help kids because he loved kids, and he just once he seen that he helped me and how far I've gone and how far it took me, how my attitude changed, my posture, just being able to talk to people. Once he seen how it changed me as a person, then he was like, man, there's a bunch of kids from this neighborhood that is very rough, and they see a lot of things that a majority of kids they shouldn't be seeing. Well, no kids should be seeing, and even adults. Liberty City is basically in the heart of Miami. It's right in the center, and the area it's not always bad, but of course it's not as good as the other neighborhoods or areas. There is a lot of violence, and when a lot of people think of Miami, they think of South Beach, they think of areas, tourist attractions, but that's not really the real Miami. Miami is Liberty City, Overtown, Carroll City. Yeah, those four is the roughest neighborhoods in Miami. Growing up, my mom, she was on drugs for 22 years, and then I had to go to a foster home. And when I went to the foster home, my grandmother ended up getting me out. My dad couldn't because he had felony charges, drugs, weapons, and other things. So they didn't want to let my grandmother get me because they felt that she was too old to take care of me because I was very young, and they felt that she wouldn't be able to just raise me. But they ended up letting her get me, and my grandmother gave my dad full custody, and he left me to live with my stepmom, and he would just give her money to take care of me and stuff, and then he would just continue being in the streets and things of that nature. My dad ended up going to jail. Yeah, he ended up, I don't like talking about this situation too much. I can't, I'll get emotional. My dad ended up going to jail, and then I had to move with my grandma, which was a block away. It wasn't nothing, it was just the fact of me losing my dad. I was going to this school called Holmes Elementary, and there was a new teacher that just came, and he was super cool, and he was training jiu-jitsu, and he would always see me in the office and would be like, man, why you're so nice to me, why are you always here? And then the people would be like, oh, he's just always fighting, he's fighting again. So each and every time he would see me in the office, I'll be getting in trouble for fighting. And then he didn't even invite me to jiu-jitsu, he invited my cousin. So he invited my cousin was training jiu-jitsu before me. It was a fitness club, and they just had mats, and they would just let the guys just train jiu-jitsu on the mat. And my cousin went there and he trained, and my aunt took me one day to pick him up. And I always had this little inside competition with my cousin that I wanted to beat him in everything. So if he was fighting, I wanted to beat him in fighting. We was playing basketball, football, I wanted to beat him in everything. So then I would just bug him after once I seen him train, I was just like, yo, I want to do it. So then every day in school I would just go to him, knock on his door, hey, I want to do that thing. Can I do karate? At the time, I didn't know it was jiu-jitsu, and I just seen him put on a uniform. I thought it was karate. So I was like, I want to do karate. I was like, please, let me do it. And then he ended up talking to Cyborg, and they said that if I get good grades in school, that they will let me train. So then I started to train. I got my first gi, and I was pretty good because I pick up things quick. And they would just show me things one time, and I would just get it off the rip. But I didn't really want to continue doing jiu-jitsu because I kind of felt like it was gay. Once my cousin stopped training, I didn't have a chance to beat him up anymore. I just felt like I wasn't going to do it because I didn't really like being mounted or being someone in my guard, or So I didn't really want to do it. And then one day they brung this girl in, and she stopped going to school, and she went to home. She started doing homeschool so that she could train full-time day and night. And I was very confident and cocky, and I felt like, you know, I was like beating up some kids, so I felt like good. And then it was like, man, we got this girl for you, like she's gonna beat you. I was like, ain't no girl gonna beat me, you know. So then they brought her in. She was like a little small, you know, Caucasian girl, and I'm like, man, I'm about to beat the bricks off this girl. And then she went. They put it for like 2-3 minutes, and she tapped me 5 times in a triangle. And I was like, man, like my only mission now is just to beat her. And then we would be training. I would get close, but I wouldn't be able to tap her. I started training when I was 9, and I didn't tap her until like 15. So imagine from 9 to 15, that's 6 years of me like just coming close, but never being able to do it. But yeah, that's how I end up starting in jiu-jitsu.